like to try another character from the Rag Bag, which I always thought was a lot of fun. It wasn't designed for a picture, it was designed for something else, but what it is a great big hippopotamus. And I'm going to start by just drawing what will probably turn out to be his body. Not much. Let's see if I can just remember how we drew this guy. He was big buggy eyes. I remember that. There's the little skull. You know, you usually start with the skull. The nostrils. Every time I draw a critter like this, it reminds me of when we worked on Pete's dragon. Anyway, the fatter I could make him, the better, because he was just a great big... Oh, and something I forgot to tell you. He was a cowboy. He was a cowboy, so that made him kind of different, you know, right there. Let's see if I can get back as far as the camera will take me. All right. So I put the little chaps on him down here, which cowboys wear, and the little feet. What I'm doing right now, of course, is just doing a rough sketch of this guy. See how fat I can make him. Then, why people turn animals into humans, who knows? But he had a paintbrush, and he was painting all the time, so, you know, I stuck that in there. Over here, maybe there's the other arm, which holds, you know, the palette that has the paint on it. I'll draw that later. But that was kind of how he looked. And let's see if I can... I'm still kind of just sketching lightly to see if I can remember. This has been so long ago. Just remember what the guy looks like. There we go. Maybe a neckerchief around his neck. Something like that. Down here's his little legs. The belt hangs really, really low. I think that'll probably work. I'm using a blue pencil once again because I can do that and sketch very lightly. So what I'd like to do is bring this down just slightly so we can see more of it, which I've taken it off the pegs to do that. I put a big cowboy hat on him. It is kind of fun. Too bad we didn't get to use this. Okay, what I can feel right now from the whole thing is that I've got the head too big. So I'm going to take this kneaded eraser. See that? You can knead it and it moves around, so that makes it a lot more fun. Now I know what he is. I can remember him, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this head down just a little bit, redraw it. Put the eyes down here well within the frame. Get the snout working here for me. No neck. And I think that probably will work a lot better. So, I can see it much better. That's going to be a better drawing anyway. And then I'll bring the hat down so that's also what's in the frame. Keep the little cowboy hat low so we can see that. Now I like the proportions to the body just a little bit better. So I think I'll let that happen just so, and then I'll make the feet down here just a tad smaller so the proportions feel stronger. Open the shirt, maybe a button, maybe 3 buttons, and down below the little belt. And that's the guy. All right, so now that I've got that far, I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to say, okay, let's get serious about drawing this little cowboy and see what happens. So, start with the eyes, because that, to me, is the most expressive. I like the eyes when they're very intense, and so I like them when they're kind of just crossed just a little bit. There we go. There's lots of skin on the hippo, so it's fun to draw all that stuff underneath it. And, of course, maybe the hippo has the big lip. I really wish that when we designed this character that we had had a chance somewhere to actually animate him. He would have been lots and lots and lots of fun. Now, notice that I'm not following the lines exactly that I put in blue because they're only an indication. And as I draw this guy, I'm free to actually move those lines or change the shapes just slightly to make, to make the whole thing better. So he has stubby little fingers, grabs the brush like that, and there's the paintbrush. Maybe a few drips of paint. So far, I'm just fine with this guy. Let's put his hat on him and I'll bring it down so it's really low on his head. And then right in here, let the hat go. Notice that once again, I'm changing where the hat goes. I want to feel it doing this. So it really fits on top of his head very well. And I can show you that probably easier by just lowering it. Do you see this? See the line come down and go around there so the lines are connecting? It's good design to let your lines do that. All right, so let's go down here and I'll put the little neck scarf on him. All cowboys wear one of those neck scarves. So I can put that right in here, goes around his neck. And then I'm reminded that hippos oftentimes have a lot of hair right here on their little snout. So that works good. This cowboy shirt would be fun to make it sort of pinto. So there's little, we did this with the original character. So it looked more like it was made out of some kind of pinto horse skin, heaven forbid. Okay, now the more I'll put the little belt on him and then I'm going to say, why don't I make these little chaps that he wears down here sort of baggy and low, and you can hardly see his little boots. But they're there, but you don't see them very well. Now this is just a first drawing of this little hippo. What I do know is that if you ever get into drawing him, you're going to draw something that's front on or profile. And after you do that, you're probably going to start doing variations to see, just like in sculpting a statue, to see what the whole thing looks like from different angles, because you got to draw from different angles. All right, let's draw his other arm. Once again, I'm going to take a little liberty here, make his arm a little smaller. Not exactly what I put down in blue, but I'm now knowing more about the character that I'm sketching, so I can take a few liberties. All right, let's put 2 of his fingers within the hole. We'll change the paint palette. And some of the paint is probably dripping too. So there you have kind of an idea of this little character. We never named him. He never had a picture where it was his home. And he never really had a name. All he was just some funny little doodle that we came up with that we thought we might be able to use for something, but we never did. So there he is. He's a little hippopotamus cowboy. A lot of fun to do this kind of thing. I have to tell you once again that whenever you draw, put your pencil down, close your eyes, think about the character you're going to draw, see it in your head if you possibly can, and after you see it in your head, then light sketch it. Don't go to detail first of all, and please, all of you people that are drawing like this with tiny little strokes, that's not a good sign. It means that you're not very free and you're a little uptight. So if I were you, I would learn how to either sketch with your pencil in this position or learn to take bigger, broader strokes. You'll like the effect that it gives you. So there he is. I haven't a clue what we call him, but I know he's a cowboy and I know he's a hippopotamus. Thanks a lot.